good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio. An unplanned show, but join myself, Fox, there on the panel. It's JFK and Bridgeman and Mrs. Bridge and Mrs. JFK. I think we're going to do a special Mr. and Mrs. for the two. How we doing, gentlemen?
I'm all right, pal. How are you?
I'm all right.
Well done. Can I just say a huge good evening
to you
guys?
Well, no, if they'd heard what I was listening to before we came on air.
Dear. What can you say? But can I just say a big good evening to you guys? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby. Massive good evening to all the Rangers fans all over the world listening in. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Well, this was the plan, but we thought we'd be coming on about 10 o'clock and talking about a nice 5-0 win, Jimmy.
Aye, definitely. Can't believe what happened today. There's a lot of allegations being thrown about who wanted it cancelled and who didn't, but it was really disappointing. Like Fox there, I was really looking forward to it. We're all hit up for it the last couple of weeks when they have football at all, and so I know it was only Cowdenbeath we were playing, but really looking forward to watching the Jersey night and see what the gaffer had to surprise us with up front in different formations or whatever, but really, really disappointed. I've just heard earlier on that the game's now rescheduled for the 30th of January. So the Kilmarnock game's still on Wednesday. I thought the Scottish Cup took place. But
that's changed a long time ago, mate. A week Wednesday then. So a week Wednesday.
According to what I'm reading, 30th of January.
Wednesday, 30th.
Aye. So, but I disappointed it wasn't the own knocks the same as everybody else. The guys in the lobby and guys on the panel. It was definitely.
I'm more feeling sorry for the guys that are halfway there, mate. That's
absolutely.
Yeah. I had a couple of friends who were going by car. They go to the games in the car, but they were only about 40 minutes away from the ground. They'd stopped off for something to eat, and they obviously had to turn back. Aye. So I don't know what happened, but obviously all came out in the washing, as they say.
You know, Sarah, I asked the question, how could that happen? This is the year, was it 2019?
Well done.
No, I'm saying it's the year 2019. We still can't get a bit of communication as to how good the pitch is at, let's say, 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Somebody needs to make a decision at that point because fans are travelling. And they're travelling long distances to go and see the Rangers. Rangers are well followed from all over, up north, down south, across the water. You know, everybody knows that. Why couldn't they make that decision or a decision about 1 o'clock with the fans in mind? Not Cowdenbeath's finances and their hot pies or whatever, but just make a decision early on. Let everybody know this pitch isn't going to be playable. I mean, apparently, I think I heard Jimmy saying earlier on that our ex-vice chairman Donald Finlay was saying that the pitch was perfectly playable, and I don't know where that comes from. So all I can think of is one: our Rangers fan, the Rangers fans travelling there are the ones that are having to pay double travelling money. If you follow what I mean, and they're going to be the victims. But you know what's going to happen? The SFA are going to put it at Rangers' door. They'll end up blaming Rangers. Don't ask me how, but I'm quite sure that's what will happen.
They can blame us for a lot of things, but they can't blame us for the weather, JFK.
No, they can't blame us for the weather, but you know what's going to happen. It's going to be the usual, you know. A couple of texts that Radio Snide was at it as well. You know, Donald Finlay had a gripe about it. So did their manager, and seemingly it was the Rangers backroom staff that had actually voiced concerns regarding the state of one part of the pitch. You know, so. It'll be interesting to see what the Daily Rebel and the Daily Scum have tomorrow, how they take on it. But look, they brought in a Grade 1 referee to actually have a look at the park, and so it wasn't the referee who was going to do the game tonight, but he's a Grade 1 referee, he's a UEFA referee, so he's made a decision. So that should be good enough. So I hope we don't see the more of it. They were pressurised into doing it by the Rangers backroom staff or whatever, because it wasn't the Rangers that made the decision, it was the referee. So let's see how that pans out. But if the game's not to be played, it's not to be played. Safety first. You know, you don't want any of your players to be breaking any legs or getting injured. So if it's a right decision, then we've got to back that. So the game's off, so we just need to grin and bear it. For me, it was disappointing. The game's known, the same as the rest of you guys, but the decision's been made, and it's obviously the right one.
I get you, Jimmy, but the only thing that annoys me is not the game being called off. I mean, that's not a new thing. Is the fact is, if the pitch was frozen, it would have been frozen 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And somebody should have made an earlier decision.
Well, there was a thing I read the day. I don't know if it was a Rebel or a Scum. It said that the covers were to be taken off the day at 12 Oxshare.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm with yourself. So surely, if the covers were coming off at 12, they should have had some realisation that this game might not go on tonight. So that decision should have been made within that time scale. And I think at the back of 4 o'clock before. Nearer 5, some people were actually told that the game was actually off. So, I totally agree with you. I think there should have been a better communication between. I think what happened here, I think Cowdenbeath were hoping that the game would go on, and they were trying to keep it to the very last because of the finances involved. So, I hope that's the way it pans out, and I hope it's not that Rangers get the dirty finger pointed at them again, because it's nothing to do with Rangers.
Correct. But ever in doubt, call it off, but give people the notice, Bridge. That's one of my major gripes with this situation.
Absolutely, pal. Absolutely. I mean, what you were saying there, I thought it was 11 o'clock. They were taking the covers off. I believe they had people down helping them. Now maybe that was to put them on, but I think they had people in helping them to take the covers off. So by, let's say, midday, the covers were off. And you're right, Cowdenbeath, probably grounds people, looked at it and thought, this will go, the temperature's rising or whatever, it'll be all right. But it was quite hard and firm, allegedly. And obviously, just as Jimmy said, they've taken that chance and they've let it run until, let's say, 4 o'clock. And the kit man and a few others arrived ahead of the team and to probably to do a bit of setting up. And they've gone onto the pitch. So somebody on the pitch says, look, that's not right. Maybe talking to the groundsman, and they've pointed out and says, well, that's like that. Well, have you had a referee to look at it yet? Normally a referee would come and look at it. So apparently the Rangers insisted to get a referee to do it. This is what I'm hearing. Or maybe they insisted that somebody looks at it because you can't declare it's fit. So a referee needs to do it. And they went and got a local referee. Whether he's grade 1 or not, I'm not sure. But that was the story I heard. They got a local referee to come down. He virtually immediately called the game off. So that's what I'd heard. Whether it's 100% true, maybe the boys in the lobby have got a better account of it than I have. But that's what I believe's happening. That's why I think they'll end up blaming Rangers. If Rangers hadn't opened their mouth, if Rangers hadn't opened their mouth,
I think we've got to watch. We don't turn into that team for the other side of the city.
Oh, yes, of course, pal, of course.
Because, geez, it's the weather. It's nothing. We can't affect the weather. Rangers Football Club, GFK.
Of course. I mean, it's going to happen. We know what's going to happen tomorrow, Oxshare. We're going to get the blame. I mean, Cowdenbeath, I'm on various things here in news I sit. And Cowdenbeath are extremely unhappy that the game was called off. But it wasn't the Rangers that called the game off. It was the referee. It's saying here that, if you don't mind me reading it out, it says here that Rangers backroom staff arrived at Cowdenbeath today at Central Park, and the concerns over parts of the pitch being frozen. They made their concerns to Cowdenbeath, who then instigated a grade 1 referee to come and inspect the pitch. Rangers were happy for that to happen. The Cowdenbeath director, Tom Ewan, believes that the game was playable despite the referee's decision to call it off. Gary Boland's saying that coming kick-off time, I think a game would have been playable. No, I mean, it's not a weather,
take
man.
That one. You can't take that one, I think, mate. It's either going to be...
Of course you can. And it says here that the grade 1 referee is the one who must make a decision. It cannot be made by a referee under that grade in the SPFL and Scottish Cup matches. So the guy's made the decision, and he's decided that the game is unplayable. So we've got to take that. Whether Cowdenbeath are moaning is neither here nor there. I'm unhappy it's not been played because of various reasons. I want to see my team But if it means that there's players going to be protected, then the referees made the right decision. So it's simple as that. I think, as Bridge was saying there as well, that I think they're trying to get the game on as best they can, and good on them for doing that. But I think it's today with money. But it's now come up here that the game against Rangers on the 30th of January will now still be televised. So Cowdenbeath will not lose any revenue for the game. So that's weather permitting. It's a Wednesday night again, Oxford. So we just need to wait and see what happens. But we'll wait and see. We'll all see what happens in the news tomorrow. As I say, the rumblings are already been made. I've had a few texts the guys saying you ought to hear Snide Radio and Radio Scotland. They're getting it big time. Rangers have kind of manipulated this, and it will happen, mate. But who cares?
Good on us.
Aye, yeah, definitely.
Good on us. But I would have said that if the park was playable, nobody in your club would have any problem getting out and playing the game. It's not as if there's any reason to worry about the fixture, Bridgeman. It's only the safety of the players.
It's only the safety of the players. That's all you can think of. Look, it's been freezing for days up there. That's the reason why they put the covers on. And the weather forecast was it to be quite cold, if not quite very cold today. And but the sun was coming out, so when they took the covers off, apparently the sun was there. But you know yourself, that doesn't mean to say it's going to be warm, So I don't know what's happened. I don't know why they take these chances. My only concern now about all of this is that by the time they took those covers off and made their mind up that they could get that pitch playable, hopefully could get it playable, and never told anybody.
Anyway, we've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Hi, how you doing, Troops?
How are we doing, mate? All right?
Aye, no bad. It's Ronnie B.
Aye, how's Ronnie?
Just listening to your conversation regarding the pitch. I was listening to Rock Sport earlier, and
I never heard it, mate. So
well, they had the chairman on, Donald Finlay, and he found out about the game being off 20 minutes after it had been called off. Regarding the point of what backroom staff it was there, it was a tongue-in-cheek, because he was asked, was there any officials for Rangers there? And his comment was, it was Jimmy Bell, it was there. It was like a tongue-in-cheek. Know that Jimmy had anything to do with that, getting the game called off. But in his opinion, 20 minutes after the call-off, it was starting to snow up there and the temperature had risen.
Right.
And in his opinion, that game should have went on.
I think the problem is if you make a call at 5 o'clock, it's what the temperature could rise, but there's no guarantees, so you've got to make the decision at the time. I've got a bit of sympathy for the referee that's going to make the call, but I've got more sympathy for the punters that's travelling, Ronnie.
Aye. Yes, I totally agree with that. Somebody should have been there earlier on regarding it.
Any danger, call it off so people don't travel, mate.
Well, Donald Finlay stated he was in contact with Cowdenbeath the whole day and everything was going all right. As I say, up to the end, 20 minutes after the call-off, that's when he got the story, and he was up there by that time. And in his opinion, they were getting a spike into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And in his opinion, if you test the ground and you're getting a tee into the ground, studs would have get into the ground okay, and that game shouldn't have been called off. It's a shame for all our travelling fans.
Actually, I feel sorry for them.
Earlier, they're coming from far and wide, and it's cost them
and supporters buses. Aye. We've been joined by another caller. Evening, caller.
Hello there, boys. How are you? Big Stevie for the drum.
Oh, you snowed in, mate? Are you needing them brought up?
How you Stevie?
Hey, Stevie, boy.
How are you, Trips?
I'm alright. You fancy a snowball fight?
Let's do it.
JFK, you could probably reach each other, that's no kidding, huh?
Aye, no problem, mate. Let's do it.
Bridge, man. Is the Bridge there?
Aye, he's there, mate. Does he owe you money, Stevie?
No, Ox, how you doing anyway, mate? All right,
mate. All right, mate.
No, I wanted to talk to the Bridge about, remember, just before the Hibs game, Easter Road, me and him were having a debate about Koulibaly and Ross McCrory.
He'll not remember that, mate. He can't remember yesterday.
I remember it well, pal.
Do you remember, Bridge? Well, what do you think of the gaffer's statement when he says that Ross McCrory's a future captain?
I was saying that last, just after the night after the Celtic game when we were on here, and I was saying that I thought that Koulibaly was a better player up to that point, and had played well for us, better than Ross McCrory. But after the Celtic game, and I said that I was proved wrong in that sense, because I thought McCrory came of age, and I thought McCrory
he had to eat humble pie, Stevie.
Don't worry about that. I'm hungry enough to do that. Don't you worry about that.
I said I'm not on to slaughter another fellow Drumchapel man like the Bridge, you know.
Stevie, I remember it well, pal, and you were right. And I said it on here. People have said that they preferred the young lad Ross McCrory to Koulibaly, and I was of the opposite opinion until the Celtic game. To me, the Celtic game showed Ross McCrory came of age. What a fantastic performance he put in. Could have been man of the match.
Bridge, he was a lion. He was an absolute lion in the Celtic game. He never did anybody. He never gave them 2 minutes on the ball. He was yelling like a rash. He was and saying that, there was a lot of. I mean, the whole Rangers team were excellent, weren't they? But Ross McCrory, man, come on, in the future. I was laughing when I heard that Dundee were wanting him on loan. I just had a wee chuckle to myself. You know what I mean? I just had a laugh.
Stevie, it was delightful to hear the Rangers manager saying the things he said about Ross McCrory, particularly after the news broke about Dundee were asking for Ross McCrory on loan. And that's kind of laughable, isn't it? When you've got one of your star players and Dundee want to take him and some sort of part exchange for a loan guy. No, absolutely not. Go away.
Well, Brad, you know yourself, mate. He's a young boy. He's a young bear. And can you imagine him sitting back and Stevie Gerrard saying he was a future captain? How that must make that boy feel when he heard his gaffer Stevie G MBE saying that. I mean, I'm a bear and I get enthusiastic just going to see him. He's living the dream, mate, and he's sitting here on somebody like Stevie G saying he's a future captain. You see if that doesn't give him even merit a boost. Man, come on, I don't know what will. I'm a Ross McCrory fan all the way. I prefer him than Koulibaly any time of the day. He's a young bear, and I'm telling you, he feels the same as us. He feels the same as us, and I hope he remains in that team. And I think in the future, it'll be hard to hold on to him. We're all talking about other players who might be like Morelos up front. McCrory's one. McCrory's coming, trust me.
I think we've won his position, mate. We've won his position.
100%. That's his position there. He's a line. And just,
or he could also play it right back for me, but no centre half.
No, he's not. He's not centre half. I agree.
I think if he keeps playing the way he played, and at any percentage of that form, it's half decent. Because it's an outstanding game, and if he can play like that, or any, let's say, reasonable percentage of that form, Rangers aren't going to lose him. That's for sure. He's going to be a key player, and his name will be first name in the sheet.
Well,
we need to watch for his brother as well, coming out the pack. I mean, his brother's meant to be an excellent goalkeeper as well. You know, you never know.
That's it. You just never know in a minute. But at the end of the day, he's going to be there for a long time, as long as Stevie G is going to be there, because he spoke very, very highly on his presser. And I was ever so glad to hear it, because the young boy does deserve it. And before the Hibs game, we were talking about it, as I was saying, and remember what I says to you, his experience going to the Pedo Dome, he'd have had the bit between his teeth, and I'm telling you, man, he was a lion. Everybody's seen it. Oh, he was absolutely outstanding. So, I continue.
I'll cut across a wee bit, Steve. We'll come back to a second. Ronnie, Ross McCrory, what's your thoughts on him, mate? You got a chance of making it right to the tapping again?
Certainly. The boy is, Stevie said, the boy's come on leaps and bounds. No problem at all with that boy. terrific. It was great to hear the manager talking about him like that.
Who would you compare him? Who would you compare him to, Ronnie, the boy McCrory? Close to the past.
Oh,
because he's a ball winner, isn't he? A ball winner.
Oh, he certainly is.
Could he be? I know. I'm not going to say that the boys and the stature of the guy. Could he be a young John Greig?
Well, he's one of our famous, but he's certainly heading in that direction.
Aye. I'm not saying he's there yet, but he's got potential. And young John Greig was a great. I never seen him myself, but you've seen a great ball winner. And young McCrory seems to be getting that, and he just gets it, and he moves it quicker. Now that's the difference I've seen in that Celtic game. He won it, and he moved it quicker.
He certainly did. If he just cuts out the irrational challenges now and again, he's been unfortunate to do. But since then, working under the Stevie G, he's certainly come on leaps and bounds.
The argument for me, Stevie, the boy just needed a chance to get the right position. I think he had a wee bit of baggage for last season when he got played at centre half, and he was not a fall guy, but the defeats maybe hurt him more.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's it. Played a bit of position.
Aye, he's here. Stevie, you coming in there, mate?
Aye, no, I've just got to say he's come back a stronger person for it, hasn't he? Aye. That's what I was saying to Bridge before the Easter Road game. He's been there the bad days, so he knows how it feels. And I don't know what the caller's name was he was saying there, but
Ronnie.
Ronnie was saying there, he's totally right. He's got potential there, man. He's got potential to come through and be a really good player for us. So he has. And
I thought he was excellent, Stevie, but he wasn't my man in the match.
But it wasn't mine either. So I remember you put something on Ox, who was your man in the match, and the first 5 names came up were all different.
Aye, that's right.
It just shows you the absolute effort for the team that day. They were just, Celtic were second to everything. A lot of people say Celtic were bad. We made them bad, Ox. We made them bad. We're not falling into that trap they had after. We made them what they really are. And by the way, we've set the bar now, and it's going to be hard for the boys to keep that up there. We've got to be looking for that. Us Bears are hard to please, and we're wanting that performance every single game, no matter how we play.
You
know what I mean?
Absolutely right, Stevie. They've got to keep it going, Stevie. They've got to keep it going.
For a Teddy Bears, for a Rangers. That's your favourite scene.
We'll be joined by another caller. Evening, caller.
Hello. Aye.
How you doing?
I'm all right. Disappointed the game wasn't on tonight, but it's better than getting a load of injuries.
Aye, he's a name, mate, so we know who we're talking to.
My name's Colin.
How you doing, Colin? Aye, better safe than sorry, mate. Look, things happen. I'm just disappointed for the punters travelling, but if there's a bit of frozen pitch, you can't play the game. That's the end of.
Well, like I say, the last thing you need at this point of the season is injuries, and that's what it's looking likely.
Potential. I mean, the guy's got to make a call, and also, if you do play a game that starts at 7:45 at night, the temperature can go the other way, and the park can get worse.
Well, I was keen to see Defoe.
Aye.
Obviously, I've seen Davis when he's been with us, and I think he'll do a good job for us, but I was keen to see Defoe in action. But at the risk of injuries.
You might now, Colin, because of this, you might be able to put another 10,000 on the game on Sunday, the bounce game.
Aye.
That's a good point, That's a good point.
Even rearranging it for the 30th. The weather's going to get worse.
Well, that's the problem with the winter break. I mean, there's nights we cut off the Drumchapel, I'm hearing,
Hey, we'll still get our Buckfast here.
You heard about Rice Krispies?
You better believe it. Hey, there's no reindeer in Knightswood, you know, or Drumchapel. There's a lot of cows, but there's no reindeer.
Whoa.
Hey, that's what takes my buckfast up to Drumchapel, my cow.
Well, since she's working, by the way.
On a wee serious side.
On you go, Colin.
I don't know about you, but I'd have settled for second place in the league before the season started. I think we can do it.
Yeah.
Right, I'll take you the brains of Rangers Radio to answer that question. Give me 5 minutes and I'll phone somebody. I think at the start
I'm going to phone a friend with it all hung up.
Colin, at the start, we just wanted to compete, and we're competing. And if we fall short, we'll accept improvement. But we're on a journey, and hopefully, if we get a bit of luck in the bounce of the ball, we can do it, mate.
Aye, well, I don't want to be rude, but I'd like to stick it right up them.
Aye. Well, I believe
you're feeling the same as the rest of us, mate.
As Bridgeman says, they don't like it up them, do they, Bridge?
No, they don't like them up them.
Oh, by the way, guys, that's shocking language. A family show.
But I think we can actually do it.
Well, I think we're all thinking that. I think
one at a time, lads. One at a time. Put a few in. That's Colin speaking. Bridge, on you go, mate. And then we'll go to Ronnie to see what he thinks.
I was just going to ask, where are you from, Colin? If you don't mind me asking.
You'll not have heard of it. It's a wee village called McNary.
Where is that?
It's east of Edinburgh.
East of Edinburgh. Okay. The reason I was asking, I must say this.
East of Edinburgh. What's that? When I was Belgium.
Skipper on the show here invited me along to the concert hall last week, and Colin Steen was in it, and he sounds awfully like me. You like him, one of the two, you know.
Aye, well, like I say, I'm East Edinburgh, but my father was a blue nose. My grandfather was a blue nose.
And you're a blue nose.
Oh Christ! I've been gone since I was 4 or 5 years old, getting lift hours.
Right.
You don't get lift hours now. I reckon if you remember lift hours.
Aye, definitely. I've been going to see a Ranger since I was 7.
Aye.
So I can remember the lift hours and all that.
We all get lift hours. Bridgeman get lifted out.
Aye. Or lifted. Aye.
I think that's what he means. He doesn't mean that, does he? You've not got witnesses here, have you?
No, I've paid since.
So you've stolen money off the club, Colin?
Well, I tend to think it more as stealing money off the away clubs.
All right, we'll accept that. It's been a long time since Brinch was lifted to Ronnie, can we win the league this year, mate?
I most certainly think we can. We're getting there, and I think really they're worried. That's how they're panicking. They're worried about us, and that's how you're getting them with their phone-ins and everything else. They're panicking. We're starting to come back.
To be fair to them, we've got good disco lights. I mean, the disco lights are raw.
They are.
It has to be said.
That's true. It's just something you mentioned, Colin. But you
the
want to
worst
see
disco lights I've seen since the 13th of May 1991, Bridgeman.
Oh, those were the days for you, boy.
The helicopter's coming our way.
Oh, I hope so. Stevie.
Yes.
Travel Rug last night. He has his win in the double. You take that, brah?
Would I take it? Of course I would, aye. Ronnie, I think it was Ronnie there that was saying, I'm the hand. How can we not do it? We've signed, we'll get rid of Ajaria and we get rid of Sadiq and we brought in Stevie Davis and Jermaine Defoe. Look at the silly points we dropped this first half of the season. Every time we can capitalise, we'll let ourselves down. We really have. And see if we can tidy that up and get a wee bit of momentum going. How can we over it? How can we not do the double?
The two you've mentioned are bringing experience into what is a young squad. Mm-hmm. And we need that wee bit of experience in there.
Yep.
And that, I think that'll make a big difference. But I'm not even fussy about the cup.
You just want the league, I get it.
Aye.
Colin, is this your first time on the show, Colin?
It's my first time on the show, aye.
How long have you been listening for?
Mark kept telling me to tune in.
Right, okay.
So I've taken a telling. He's another Blue Rose.
Good.
One of the boys in the lobby, Colin, was asking if you were for Tranent RSC.
Tranent?
Are you in
That's 12 miles away from me.
Are you at Tranent RSC?
Aye, that's what I'm saying. That's 12 miles away from me.
No, but are you with the Rangers Supporters Club for Tranent?
Aye.
Okay. One of the boys in the lobby is asking me. One of the boys in the lobby is listening to you. You must.
All right. Aye, that's us.
Don't panic. You don't owe any Jews.
Aye.
I wasn't meaning anything by it. Genuinely, one of the boys in the lobby here was asking me to ask you.
What's that?
I'm saying it's nothing. I wasn't winding you up or anything like that. One of the chaps on our lobby here was asking me to ask you if you were from Tranent RSC.
Aye, that's us.
That's cool.
Right, be happy now, Bridge?
I'm happy. Della Beer's also happy. He says he recognises him and knows him.
Good.
I would rather be on Mr. and Mrs. here.
Oh, you ought to heard day two before the show, Stevie. You would have been embarrassed.
Oh man, Figella beard, it must be a lot of smoke in that direction.
I would just want the wee cloak and the diamonds on it. Oh, dearie me.
Anyway, listen lads, I've got to go. Oh, see, before I go, you're selling Fox. What a show you've put on for the Ibrox disaster. That was fantastic, that show. The way you read out the names and you've done your bit, that was absolutely brilliant. I was glued to it, so I was. I even checked the mains 3 times to keep the noise down. It was magic. So it was. And,
it was actually a 3-man show, but something never got in.
Technical difficulties, Stevie.
Well, these things happen.
They did. Thanks very much, mate. But it's a very emotional time for all his Bears, mate.
Well, I was up at wee Robert Mulholland's memorial up here in the drum. You know, he was the only boy for the drum, and I played a wee tune up there, wee Willie, and put a wee flower down for the boy, you know. And it's absolutely, I can't even come to imagine. You know, my dad used to tell me the stories about your granny nearly killed him when he came home for the game because she didn't know if he was involved and about it. There were no phones in the days. One neighbour up the close had a phone, and just crazy stuff, you know. But nobody should go. Nobody should go to a football match and not come home. That's the bottom line. That's what makes us different for the other mob, innit? So, listen, lads, keep it going for the famous Glasgow Rangers. All right, mate. Fox and all the troops, okay. By the way, where's Blue Shadow these days? Where's Blue Shadow? I've not heard of him for a wee while.
He was on last night.
Was he on?
He came on the last 10 minutes last night.
Oh, I conked out. That's what it was. Aye, I must have missed the last 10 minutes. Okay then, guys. I'll give you a wee phone during the week. All right.
Cheers, Stevie. Always a pleasure, mate.
No problem, guys. Keep it going. Yes, you better believe it. Rory, keep it going, bud. All right, I'll catch you later, lads. Cheers.
Cheers, David.
Take care. Cheers.
What a man. Enthusiasm is infectious, GFK.
Big Stevie was up at mine a couple of weeks ago. We were sitting on a good gab at my house, and that, so only stays 5 minutes away from me. He's a cracking character. He does a lot for the Robert Mulholland Foundation that keep the memorial going and things like that. But he's a larger-than-life character, and his laugh is quite infectious. He's a cracking big man and a fellow Blue Nose, I'm proud to say, as we all know. Aye, cracking big man. Love him to bits. Good guy.
Aye. Great bear. Great guy, just a great guy.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
We'll be joined by Fox. Evening, Fox. How we doing, mate?
Good evening.
How are you, mate? Disappointed?
Aye, really disappointed not getting to see the Rangers. I was so looking forward to it this afternoon. I didn't even know the game was after you phoned me. I was watching a film and passing some time to the game came on, but they'll need to do something about this, mate. See, when big teams like us draw small teams like Cowdenbeath, especially at this time of the year, we know the Scottish winter can strike at any time. If they want to have the break in the January, mate, they need to change the rules back where if the game's off at Cowdenbeath, they have the small team has the option of playing the game against the big team who have got under soil heating. And if the game's in doubt on the 30th, the day before, and Ibrox is playable, they should play it there, because if we don't, we could end up with a month full of Cowdenbeath cancellations, and then we've suddenly got a fixture pile up because other teams will be able to play on their parts that have got under soil heating, and it's a disadvantage to us.
Fair comment. Are you still with us, Colin?
No, he's gone.
Is he gone? Who's on the phone? Somebody's still with us.
Is that no Ronnie?
Ronnie's still there.
I'm still here.
Aye. Ronnie, it's a fair comment. I mean, the winter in Scotland it could be January, February, it could be March even, you know?
Correct. Fox is completely right there. I totally agree with everything they said. The weather at this time of year can be horrendous, and he's right. Going to these wee parts where no under soil heating and the big teams have all got it. There must be some way that the SFA can look into something like that. I totally agree with Fox.
Can I just say something, Fox, dear?
Of course you can.
Okay, Paul. Just to say that I think it was a sellout tonight. I think there's 3,700 their ground can take a push, and I would imagine 3,000 of those tickets for Rangers fans. So it's obvious to anybody that knows anything about going to football matches that there's a lot of travelling to do. So you're going to have punters travelling from God knows where in Scotland, even if it were off of Glasgow, if you follow what I mean. They still need a couple of hours to get themselves ready and then get up there. And to turn around and say at 5 o'clock at night they still thought it might be playable. Sorry, it's not good enough. Not in this day and age, not good enough. They should have had an inspection at 1 o'clock or something like that and made their decision. In fact, why don't they just say there's a cut-off at 1 o'clock for every game midweek in the winter time? It has to be an inspection at 1 o'clock, and if the pitch isn't playable, too bad. Let's go on. Really and truly, they need to do something better than they're doing.
Yeah. It's 4,410 the stadium holds, Bridgeman, and Rangers get 3,610 tickets.
There you go then.
For me,
3,500 people's an army.
Aye. For me, although I wanted to see the Jersey night in the telly, obviously, because but it was a wrong game that they picked. You know, they should have realised that Cowdenbeath don't have any under-soil heating, and they should have picked a different game for a Friday night. Why did they not pick a Puddle Drinkers game and put them on the Friday night? You know, maybe because the Polish wouldn't allow their game to be played on the Friday, but their game's on tomorrow at 4 o'clock. To me, they could have played a different game tonight, because I don't understand it. If a team's not got under-soil heating, which they haven't got, Cowdenbeath, then I'm sorry, but I'm not going to say they should be expulsed for the competition, but there's got to be more done. And it was a rank picky a game for live TV. If this game had maybe been tomorrow morning at 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock, the same as we're all going to sit in tomorrow, aren't we, and watch Auchinleck Talbot versus Ayr United? I don't think so. I'd rather go to the Mr. and Mrs. show with my wife.
You'll be snowed in. You'll be snowed in the way you were talking.
I probably will be, aye. So, but for me, I'm with Fox, and it's a total shambles. You know, I know there's a magic in the dream of the wee teams playing the big teams now, and they're looking for a big upset. But they need to look at it in a better way than this. You know, it's the fact is that I'm getting another couple of texts in there. I mean, I know at least 15 people who are on their way to the game tonight, and they're all absolutely disgusted. You know, I've not got any friends come across the water for the game, but I dare say there's boys come across, or boys and girls fans have come across the water to watch the game, to make it a weekend, and they're obviously, it's a waste of money. So at 4:30 in the day, it's no use telling people the game's off. They've got to do it far, far earlier, and I think Cowdenbeath should be held accountable for that. And I just think it's a disgraceful decision that they allowed it to go. I'm hearing more and more that they're trying to put the blame on Rangers and the new referee or whoever he was. So I hope that's not going to happen. Nothing to do with Rangers. Rangers made their concerns known about the ice on the park, and it was up to the referee to come and inspect it. So they were greedy. So I want to see the next game on TV, obviously, because I can't be there. But no, if it was me, I wouldn't put it on the TV in that aspect and get nothing. I'm not into all this Donald Finlay shite, by the way.
No, what's your language?
Sorry about that, mate, but I'm not into all this support Donald Finlay. Donald Finlay is just who he is. You know, I know he did daft things in video and that, but Donald Finlay's not the man I thought he is.
Well, Bridge is friendly with a lot of defence QC, so let him comment on
that. I've met a few in the passing. No, I think I've got no grudge with Donald Finlay. What I do have is a fee tonight, based on what I'm hearing. I never heard it, but he's supposed to have said some things that maybe in jest he's saying them, but it sounds as if it was based on what I heard from yourself, Jimmy, and what I heard others saying as well. I read what others were saying, is that it was Jimmy Bell that was taking responsibility in some way or other for getting the referee called, and so on and so forth. And that means that he's blaming Rangers, or someone's blaming Rangers for coming up there and telling them they need to get that pitch inspected, or worse to that effect.
I think we're going to watch. We don't get carried away with somebody maybe cracking a joke, Bridge.
Well, I'm saying that I'm not sure what happened. You were mentioning what you thought. I don't know. Donald Finlay shouldn't have even been speaking to the radio about this, because that's what's going to happen. They're only going to blame or put a blame onto something associated with Rangers, because they'll turn around and say, we never called the ref. We didn't call a referee. That's what they'll say. The Rangers must have called the referee. Oh, wait a minute. No, Rangers spoke to so-and-so. But so-and-so says, no, I didn't. Oh, wait a minute, I did. What a shit, you know. It's going to end up in Rangers.
Can I just jump in there? I don't want to... That's exactly the statement that Cowdenbeath have made. That in no way, they did not call in any referee official to inspect the park tonight. That was done solely by other parties. They're no naming Rangers, but they said they didn't do it.
Wow.
Well, just as well have somebody else did it, because the park was unplayable then.
Exactly, yeah. Wow. Imagine coming out and saying that. Oh, dear.
Listen, there's somebody in the lobby, Larky Deek. Yeah, shout out to Larky Deek. We've seen Larky for a while.
Hi, Larky. Welcome back, pal. Long time no see.
Oh, it's all right. Ronnie, who's the players that have excited you this season?
I think Kent, seeing that boy coming back to Forum, definitely. I'd love to keep that boy with us. As you said, Ryan Jack has really made his mark at Ibrox now, and Ross McCrory, after that comment from the manager, certainly just to pick up a point in what was said there about Donald Finlay. It was Hugh Burns on Rock Sport had contacted Donald Finlay, and he came on the phone in earlier on, and he asked him, could you clarify what happened earlier on regarding that? As I said earlier, he only found out 20 minutes after the game was cancelled. As I say, that's who he spoke to on the radio. It was Hugh Burns, and they were just trying to get a clarification why the game was cancelled, if he knew anything about it. As I say, it was a wee bit of tongue-in-cheek the way Donald Finlay had put it over, because Hugh had asked him, was there any representatives from our club at the ground? And he said the only person that was there was Jimmy Bell. He never mentioned if he had said anything about the park or anything else. But it was Rock Sport asking Donald Finlay his opinion should the game have been cancelled, to make that wee bit clarification.
All right. I'm glad you mentioned Ryan Kent, because we're going to hear from Ryan Kent in a few moments. But we'll be joined by another caller, and also boys. Well, boys, if you don't mind, I'll take the phone caller first, mate.
All right, it's Wheels.
How we doing, Wheels?
How we doing, guys? All right,
pal? Everything okay with you?
Aye, all good, mate. All good. Thank you. Back to being my usual self. So.
All right. Okay. If you're back to normal. What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
It depends what you think normal is, mind you.
That's correct, mate. There's nobody normal on here, mate.
Just to kind of clear up or give some clarity on what happened, because I did watch the kind of Premier Sport programme when it came on. It was the SFA that ordered that referee to come in, because the match referee hadn't arrived at the stadium yet. So it was the SFA that ordered a local Category 1 referee, as they called it, to make the call.
And the referee hadn't arrived because it was too cold, is this correct?
I don't know what the reason was, but all they basically said was the match referee hadn't arrived, so the SFA ordered a Category 1 local referee to make the call. And it was that one corner, and I don't know if any of you seen the pictures. Someone actually drove a car onto the corner so that the heater underneath the car could try and defrost it. So,
you winding us up, Will?
No, seriously, no. They showed you the pictures. Someone actually drove their car onto the corner, so that the heater under the car could try.
See if we can find any pictures, Wheels, and put them in the lobby. We've also been joined by boys. Evening, boys.
Hi, boys. Will.
Good evening, boys.
Boys.
I'm very interested to know about Donald Finlay's comments. The pitch was playable. Now, the last time I looked, being a groundsman was nothing to do with being a solicitor, and so therefore I'm quite keen to know if turf management is part of a legal degree now, because
he's dealt with a lot of grass cases.
Well, yeah, he has, but I think it's a different type of grass. But no, Donald Finlay should just keep his head down, because
and also there's a lot of cases he's dealt with white lines.
Yeah, well, yeah, indeed. I think Donald Finlay should just be keeping his head down. Of course, they've asked him questions because there's a thing between Donald Finlay and Rangers, and it's people just looking to poke the hornet's nest, I think, just see what happens. And as usual, the rumour mill goes into overdrive whenever Rangers are involved with some kind of contentious decision. And just what young Wheels was saying there, I'd heard that too. It's the SFA's game, and they're the only people that can make the decision based on what the referee that they employ to do that job says. So it's nothing to do with any of the two clubs. It was to do with the SFA, as it's their fixture.
End the story, boys, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no story then, is there?
Exactly.
But of course, it doesn't stop the media in this country from constructing one.
Fox, can I just say, mate, I've posted a link from a news article about the car being drove onto the pitch. So, want to have a wee look at that?
It's in the lobby or in the call?
In the lobby, mate. Aye.
Can I jump in there just a wee second?
Of course you can.
I've got the Daily Rebels thing up, and I'm looking at pictures here, and Donald Finley's right in the middle of the picture with Gary Boland and a couple other individuals, and they're sticking whatever it is, a fork or something or some sort into the ground, you know. And I agree with Boswell. I mean, it's nothing to do with Donald Finley, you know, and. I don't know why. You know, here's a comment just made 5 minutes ago. It says Cowdenbeath manager Gary Boland and Donald Finley blast the game for being called off. Says this wouldn't have happened if it was Berwick Rangers. Now they might not have said that. That might not just be the Daily Rebel just mixing it as usual. But that's their comment, and that's probably going to be the headline tomorrow. That if it was Berwick Rangers, the game would have been on, but because it's Glasgow Rangers, it's been called off. So we need to distance ourselves with that. As I say, they're saying there that it was people unknown or another party. So they're not saying it was Rangers. So as Boswell's saying there, and Wheels is saying, it was SFA's decision. So that should be clarified to take it right out of the situation of trying to say that it was the big boys trying to bully the wee boys. So,
come on, Jimmy, get real. You know that they won't clarify that if it's in our favour.
I know that.
Mate.
I know that. I know that, Boswell. You know, I know that, mate. You know, and it's a typical gutter snipe media again against Rangers. And Donald Finley there, the pictures here. I can't get the one with the motor car and that, but I can see Donald Finley standing there.
Sorry to jump in, mate.
No, you go, pal. No, sorry.
See on that link I posted, see if you go about halfway down, there's a video of the car being drove on. If you go about halfway down on the Sun link, there's a video of it. So, and somebody
I can see that.
I can see that. Right.
The picture's in the lobby.
Aye, very good. There you go. Oh, that's brilliant. You know.
See, this would not have happened had it been the filth. There would have been no issue, no story, no nothing. Game's called off, end of, move on. But of course, because it's us, they want to make an issue of it. They want to. I mean, I just think it's just typical, just utterly. And of course, we're giving it the oxygen of publicity that it doesn't deserve. But it's a talking point, isn't it?
It was a talking point here, obviously, and it'll be. As I say, I don't listen to Radio Snide anymore. I did listen last week, as I said earlier on, Boswell, but to listen to the gripes of the unwashed and that, but I don't listen to it anymore, obviously. But I'll be interested. It might be worth a listen tomorrow, just to hear the
Jimmy, there's got to be easier ways to abuse yourself than that.
I know. You're probably right. I'll just go and get these needles and stick them in my eyes.
Again.
You're 100%, mate. Aye. But I know what you're saying. If it had been the unwashed, the puddle drinkers, that'd have been, well, that was a right decision. But yeah, because it's us, there's going to make this. We can just see the headlines tomorrow. But hey, bring it on.
Look,
who cares?
We've got a game on Sunday, and apparently it's something reaching 20,000 sellout for Sunday because they're not opening the top part of the stadium, I understand.
That's right, aye.
But we'll be able to see the team then. It's not going to be a full strength team, but it's just it's another game for the Bears, and just we need to look forward to that.
It doesn't matter if a game's out in my back garden.
Yeah, it's just
I'm going to go and see it.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter if I go.
Jimmy,
yes, mate.
Sorry. No, I was just going to say, Oxtear mentioned earlier on tonight that the possibility of the game being off, that it could in fact add on a number of supporters to Sunday's game because they maybe want to see the players, which is true. I went up yesterday to pick up my ticket because I'm in the Copeland rear and the rear stands.
You were all closed. Allocated.
So I went up and picked up my ticket for the Copeland front. So, but the thing is that they might just open Copeland rear and in the Broomloan, for that matter.
Well, they may be.
You may well get a walk up and a pay at the gate thing, Bridge, which would be nice.
Yeah, of course it would be, Bozo, because the likes of guys like Bridgeman, they're being allocated somewhere else because they're closing the full top tier.
Yeah, can't get his normal season ticket seat. Yeah.
Aye, so I'm in my normal seat in the corner under the screen, but I would like to think that if we're hearing here now, I'm just clicked on it, the Rangers ticket thing here. It is practically a sellout now, and it wasn't actually that yesterday, because I think there was only maybe about 15,000, and it's reaching sellout point. So it'd be a great opportunity for what a PR Rangers got the game cancelled tonight so they could fill Ibrox tomorrow.
Oh God Almighty!
Well, of course, that's why it was cancelled, so that we could have a free run for Sunday.
That was my tongue in cheek. Aye, well, we done it because we wanted to bring another 10,000 to Ibrox on Sunday to batter Helsinki. But what you said there, Bozo, is 100%, mate. But I like to see that if the game's a sellout ticket wise, then it would be a nice gesture if they say, look, you want to come and see the Rangers, then we're going to open up whatever stands that we were going to open up.
10 or something like that.
At the gate. And that would be brilliant, because anybody in the lobby who was planning not to go to the game and there's a chance of going, keep your eye out for maybe a public sale and get yourself earlier and watch the game, because I'll certainly be sitting there with my LGs on in my hat and gloves and that and 10 voddies in me and come on the Rangers.
You know what, Jimmy, though? They don't know how deep it goes, though, do they?
No.
They just don't know how deep it goes. This is proper manipulation of the rules and all the rest of it. And this is why we've had it called off tonight, is because we want a free run at Sunday.
Yeah, that's it. And you can just hear Stevie Clark saying that, they get that game cancelled because they're playing us on Wednesday.
Yeah, he's right. He's right. He's absolutely right.
Of course, he's 100% right. I've got to agree with him on that. We're going to batter him. Well, he'll be greeting his tea tonight because he's lost Greg Stewart tonight. He's signed for Aberdeen. He thought he was going to get him back.
That's right, aye.
So,
you got to laugh at Kelly, ain't you? You got to laugh at Kelly.
Oh, definitely. Aye. So bring it on. Let's see what the Daily Rebel and the Daily Scum have got to say tomorrow. So,
well, it's brother Gary Monk at it again, isn't it?
Aye.
You know, guys. I'm disappointed we never got a game and never got a game on the TV. But if there's one positive out of that, it was Premier Sports, and this was their first game. I think certainly the first game of this year, and they took over all of the Bampots for BT Sport to do their TV ed presentation. So I'm pleased that never happened for them. And it's
they're not getting my money anyway, because I don't care, and I don't want to mean this. I don't care if I miss a Rangers game in the Scottish Cup. I'm not giving Satanta number 2 my money, because that's who Premier Sport are.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just meaning that.
Anyway, gentlemen, I know it's hard to believe, but we've reached that time of the evening. If everybody doesn't mind getting themselves on mute.
Took a trip to Ibrox, my favorite team for to cheer, where they were playing the Glasgow Celtic on the first day of the year. Now the ground was filled to capacity as the teams come out to play. The animals sang the soldiers' song, and the people sang Dolly Gray. Now half-time it came and the Glasgow Celtic were in the lead. Finian Tully was drowning everywhere, shaking his rosary beads, while the green flags, they were flying high. Celtic hearts were full of pride. The second half, sure, it started, and the Rangers they turn the tide. Won't you play up the Glasgow Rangers? Oh, play up the boys in blue. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. We're here to cheer for you. Now the ball goes out to Walker, and from 30 yards he did score. Sure you couldn't hear your ears at Ibrox Park, for the sash my father wore. Oh, play up the Glasgow Rangers. Sammy Cox is on the ball. He slips it through to Willie Woodbarn. Then on through to Ian McCall. McCall to Billy Simpson. Oh, here come the boys in blue. Well, Simpson beats the Celtic centre half, and then goes number 2. Now the Rangers fans are roaring. Jardine Young, he takes a free onto the head of William Simpson, and then goes number 3. Well, it's 3-1 for the Rangers. That was the final score. A happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Celtic once more. Yes, a happy new year from Ibrox Park, for Rangers beat the Fenians once more.
Hey, Bridgeman, you like that one?
Lovely.
I was still dancing there, pal, when you shouted.
I think Ronnie liked it as well. Do you like that one, Ronnie?
Great number.
Ronnie mentioned Ryan Kent, and he was having a first season, but he's really exploded into the scene. When you have a great game against Celtic, it takes your game to a different level, GFK.
Of course it does. The whole team took themselves to another level, you know, especially the boy McCrory, but Kent definitely on the day was outstanding. But as I've said here before, Oxia, we need to keep that momentum going. I'm not going to put a damper on it, but every man on the day performed 110%, and especially young Ryan Kent. I'd like to think that before this transfer window finishes that we can get some kind of pre-contract or even get him signed if there's money there to buy him, because he's definitely he's a fantastic player. I love to see him stay long term, but we'll go up to the end of the season, so we'll appreciate what we've got to then. But he's certainly coming on to his own again now, and I mean, he started well for us, fell away a bit, but yeah, against the Puddle Drinkers, he was absolutely outstanding. So I'd love to see him stay, Oxia, definitely.
Well, if you don't mind getting yourself on mute, everybody, let's hear from you. Ryan Kent.
It was probably a much needed break for most of the boys, because they played a lot of games recently. It was nice to get some sun and, you know, everybody to get together again and, you know, meet new players to the squad as well.
For you though, did it maybe come at the worst time having to have a winter break?
Possibly, yeah. Especially after a good performance and a good victory. But again, it's probably a much needed break for myself. Even though I've been out for 2 months, you know, everything happened quite quick coming back from injury, so it was good to get some rest for my muscles.
How much did you have to push yourself to play in that Old Firm game?
A lot, yeah. I only trained maybe 1 or 2 times before that game, so it was touch and go to see whether I'd get back for the game, and I managed to, and I managed to play 90 minutes as well.
Were you even impressed that you kind of managed to last that long in the game and to the intensity that you played at?
Yeah, I don't think it was expected to play the full 90 minutes, but I think in them type of games, adrenaline gets you through it more than anything. So.
You've been managed quite well in terms of you were pulled out of a few sessions in Tenerife just to which you're not happy about. But in terms of that, do you feel fitter now than maybe before?
Yeah, most definitely. I think the sessions out in Tenerife were quite difficult. And I think, it stands us in good stead for the second half of the season.
The game against Celtic, have you ever had a feeling like that in football before?
No, it was definitely the best feeling I've ever in football. Just the scale of the game and, especially the result and what it meant to the fans and all the players as well.
Do you feel like that game kind of made you buy into Rangers even more?
Yeah, I mean, I've bought into Rangers since I got here. It's an unbelievable club. And I said the fans are brilliant. All the players and the team now, I think it's a really good squad. But when you're playing them games, in the big derby games, it makes you realise what a big club it is.
Do you feel more settled here than perhaps you have done at any other loan club you've been at?
This is the most settled I've been at a club. I think just the way I've been welcomed into the team and, the people I've got around me, in regards to the coaches and stuff, I feel really settled there and I'm enjoying my football, which is the main thing. I think when you're in an environment where you're comfortable, where you're enjoying your football, that's when, you get the best performances out of your game.
We go to Cowdenbeath on Friday. We were just showing you some pictures of the stadium. Are you looking forward to that as an experience? Yeah,
it'll be a good experience, but we won't go into the game undermining the opposition. I've played in these type of games before, so we'll go in and show the respect to the opponents and obviously try and come away with the victory.
You just said you made your debut for Liverpool in the FA Cup away against Exeter. What was that like as an experience in terms of a big club going to a smaller club?
You could see there was a lot of tension going into the game because obviously there's always a couple upsets along the way for big teams. But again, that was a difficult pitch to play on. So like I said, we'll go into the game and give 100%.
Thanks for that, Fox. He's a young man that seems to be enjoying his football, Boswell.
Oh. Boswell's on mute at the moment.
All right, you can take that one, Bridge.
Yeah, I've said this a while ago about Ryan Kent. I thought he was going to prove to be one of the best players that we've ever brought to Ibrox. He's only a young lad, but he's only 21 at the moment. I think he's only 21, 22. And if we could get him signed, obviously I'm no fool. It would cost a lot of money to bring that boy, but he's got a lot of qualities that we see now, and to play that way in such a mature fashion and against Celtic was just unbelievable. He'll never, like as he said there, I don't think he'll ever forget that performance and the way the fans treated him and the way he's being treated now. If he stays and we manage to keep him, that boy could be an absolute star. We were just talking along similar lines with the boy Ross McCrory. That boy could also be a real star for us. Absolutely fantastic player.
I'm back now.
On you go then, boys, and then we'll go to GFK.
I'm a wee bit more cautious on this one. I would like just to see the boy see out his loan deal and see what happens and give him the whole season and just, I don't know. We as Rangers supporters, I think, we sometimes get a bit hysterical about these kind of things, and I'd just like the boy to settle down, play his football. He was out for 2 months injured there, and he was rushed back, and he played really well. He was absolutely fantastic, and I like what I see, but I'd like to see it for the whole season, because he did not too badly at the start of his loan deal when he was at Bristol City last season, but then it tailed off, and I would just like us to go easy on it and just see what happens. Give him to the end of the season and then talk about it. And if we can get him for another 6 months or another, I would prefer to see that and take our time with this lad, because I think he's a player. I don't think there's any doubt about that, but I would just like us to take our time on it. We don't have a lot of money. And I think in times past we would have just said, how much is it, and spend the money. But I think that because we've got other players that play in that type of position, we're not desperate. But he's good. No question he's good. But I would just like us to take our time a wee bit.
Can I come in there, Rox? please.
Of course you can, but we've also been joined by Rudy. I'll come right back to you, Wheels. Evening, Rudy.
Yep.
Ox, evening, everybody.
How we doing, mate? I'll come back to you in a second, Rudy. Is that all right?
Aye, fine, bud.
All right, okay. On you go, Wheels.
Cheers. Rudy, nice to see you again, mate. No,
aye, same to you, Wheels.
Okay for a while.
Hope you're keeping well, buddy.
I am, thanks, mate. I was just going to say, just off Boz's point there, he is absolutely right, because see if you think back, I think it was last season, do you remember we were all ranting and raving about Sean Goss, and then within a few weeks the opinion totally changed. So I think he's right in the sense, that we do get a wee bit carried away with players like this. But it was, for me, it was amazing the fact that he'd been out, as they say, for a couple of months, and then he came back and turned on that performance against them. Do you know what I mean? That he deserves all the praise he gets for that. At first, I was kind of between him and Middleton. I didn't really know which one I preferred, but certainly the last couple of months, it's definitely been Kent. And if he can continue to do it for the rest of the season, then by all means, try and get him signed up in the summer.
Rudy Bear, how we doing, mate? What's on your mind?
I've just listened to Ryan Kent's interview there. I love him. I just think he's going to be a real talent, that boy. I think I've been a fan of him since he first came to Rangers. Nothing's really changed. I know he had a wee dip in form just before he got his injury. But then I think you could say that about quite a lot of the team, to be honest, the first team. For me, if there's a possibility of bringing the boy in, I think Boswell makes a really good point, though, and so does Wheels too. You look at Ryan Goss and some of the young players we've had up on loan before. We've been raving about them, and then they kind of tended to die out a wee bit. I don't think that'll happen with Ryan Kent, though, because I do think there's a real player in there. And for me, if there's any way we can come to an agreement with Liverpool, there's a wee rumour kicking about that $2 million will seal the deal. Well, I would say if we could get together $2 million to bring him to the club, he's certainly up for it. And if there's any way of bringing him to the club for $2 million, I think that's an absolute steal going forward, because I think he's just going to get better and better.
Well, if you put the 1.5 in, mate, I'll put the half in.
You might need to speak to Bridgeman for that. I also think as well that even if we can get him on another year's loan, I'd be more than happy with that. He totally gets the club. You heard him in his interview there. He's loving life at Rangers. And who wouldn't? You come into Rangers, you've got Steven Gerrard there, you've got Gally McAllister, you've got a great backroom staff. Everything's on the up. You've played European football, 14-match run in Europe. You're neck and neck with the Tims. Come the turn of the year, everything's to play for in the second half of the season. Be up for it, and he sounds like he completely is. And as I said, I've been a big fan of him, Ox, and I just think if there's any way we could cut a deal with Liverpool, get it out of the line and bring the boy in, I'd be delighted if we could do it by the end of the transfer window. If not, then summer. If we can do it in the summertime, fantastic. But I don't doubt as well that there's going to be other clubs looking at that boy come the end of the season if he keeps performing the way he can do.
JFK, and you come, mate?
Yeah, got to agree. How you doing? Oh God, I interrupt you.
Rudy.
Sorry, Rudy.
All right, Wally, how you doing?
I'm all right, Bobby. I was on mute now. I wasn't listening much. I should have been. Ryan Kent, I would take him as well, Rudy, on another season deal if we could get him, definitely. But I'd rather buy him. And I've heard as well that there's $1.5 million, $2 million being bandied about. So,
you think he's worth that, Jimmy? I totally think he is, to be honest.
I think he's worth that. I think some of the money. Look at Solanke. $19 million. Yeah. Hadn't he kicked a ball and he went to Bournemouth and that. So there was money like that talked about, like $6 and $7 million for young Kent, but I don't think he's worth that. $2 million. If I've got that money to spend, Rudy, I would definitely go for it. But I would take him, as I said to you before. I'm no too bothered about bringing him in another year's deal as a loan. I'm happy with that. He's still a bear, so I would take him if they want to keep him and are willing to give him back for another season, then I'm more and more happy about that. But it'd be nice if we could sign him. But I agree with what Wheels was saying in boys and that, we kind of do get carried away, but I think we can enhance him. We can make him a far better player. And that's taking nothing away what he's done at Liverpool under Klopp, the training regime that he's put together. But I think we should go and try and sign him. But if the option is only to get him on loan for another season, by all means, Rudy, I'm with you, mate. I would take him 100%.
The thing I think, Jimmy, sometimes you get a player who might go to a couple of clubs and, they might not exactly cover their selling in glory, but sometimes a player comes to a club and they just fit the club, and he fits Rangers, in my opinion. And I really gets he fits the club, and he probably feels at home. You heard him in his interview there, how it's the most settled he's ever felt at a club, and that's fantastic news for me, because he gets us in. Sometimes a player just fits a club, and I think that'd be right.
I was always comfortable in Cinders, Jimmy.
I could have got a decent lumber in some Cinders for some reason.
How's Oxford them all cornered?
Easy, boys.
Easy. And that was what he's used to say to the dogs. Easy now, down.
I actually got barred out of Cinders a long time ago.
You do.
Hey, boys, I'd be embarrassed to tell him do that.
I get barred out of Cinders because I was wearing a tie. Yeah, I was asked to leave. Yeah, they wouldn't let me in. I'd see Tav's the same type of situation. This is the most stable that boy's been since he's become a professional. Because everywhere he'd been at 7 or 8 clubs before he'd been at us, and this is the longest Tav's been anywhere. And you can see what happens, and when players become comfortable, they start doing things that are natural to their game, and I think you can see that with Kent. I saw him play that game he was talking about against Exeter, because it was a live television game, and it was 2-2. And Liverpool really struggled that night because they had a lot of kids on. And of course, in the FA Cup, you've got a team like Exeter playing at St James's, and they've got Liverpool coming down. They've absolutely nothing to lose, so they just throw the kitchen sink at them. And Liverpool lost a couple of goals at corner kicks that night, as I recall. And nobody was special, but it's just the experience of being there and being under real pressure to come away with a result when you don't have your normal teammates round about you. But no, I'm still Kent. For me, it's if we can get him on another year's loan, I would be happy with that, because I'd like to see him for a longer period of time with real competition for that position. Once Jamie Murphy's back, once Jordan Jones is in situ, I'll be interested to see what happens then.
Mm-hmm. Could I just go down the panel quickly? Just keep it brief. Yes or no? Would you sign Ryan Kent? Yeah, just to get the flavour. Rudy Bear?
100%.
Boys?
Not at the moment.
Wheels?
End of the season, aye.
JFK?
Yep, definitely.
Fridge?
In a heartbeat, day before tomorrow.
I'm a voice of reason.
Just get it yes or no. And Fox, the voice of reason.
Yes.
Yes. All right, okay. Just want to know what people were. It'd have been quite interesting to see if we'd have had that poll on the 28th of December, Boswell.
Yeah, before, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think, well, no, I think it would be fair to say that we really missed him when he was out, because if you look at the performance at Dundee, it was abject, and it was because we had no real penetration. And Ryan...
The boy Middleton, when she got injured,
yeah,
the boy in Middleton's bubble burst a wee bit, and he went down. And
he's been asked to do too much, though. That's the problem. Is you bring, Ryan Kent and him were kind of alternating in it, and it was working well up until maybe October. Ryan Kent gets himself injured, and then it's only Middleton, and I think there was too much pressure put on the boy. But at the same time is that in order for the boy to really learn, he needs to be put under that pressure, because it's going to happen sooner or later, and he really needs to be kind of understanding of that. But that situation will make a player of young Middleton, I think, because I think that, well, there's another player I actually forgotten about. You've got Middleton, Jordan Jones, Ryan Kent, and Jamie Murphy when he comes back. That'll be interesting.
I think you might see Jones playing in the right of your team, mate. There you go.
Yeah,
you might be playing the right.
But to have those options,
is good. It's good. Gary McAllister's come in, Bridgeman, and he's been quietly effective when we've heard from him. It's been sensible, nothing over dramatic. He's getting on with his job quietly, considering he's quite a pedigree himself.
Yeah, top class footballer in any position he ever played in. Top class footballer. He knows what he's talking about too when he speaks well. Great ambassador for Rangers. Up to now, he's not done anything wrong. He's come out and he's supported and looked after. I think he's been a great asset for Rangers. A great team member for Steven Gerrard. I think he's really good. I always admired him as a football player. I really did. But I think he's done really well. I'm pleased we've got him. But as part of the management team, very good indeed. Well pleased.
All right, if you like hearing from him, get yourself a mute along with everybody else, and we'll hear from your assistant manager, Gary McAllister. Does he get a medal? Does he get an MBE, OBE? Everybody in our club seems to have them now.
Yes, he does.
Aye. Everybody's got him. Gary McAllister.
Building up to the last game before the winter break against Celtic, I could just sense that the number of games that we played up to that point was just starting to take its toll. I think mentally, not only physically but mentally. So that massive push to get the right result against Celtic was I thought it was pretty special. But also I felt that the players needed to get away and just have a week on their own, and then obviously the coming back together to go to Tenerife. I thought it was really beneficial getting there, just to get the legs moving again. The temperature was perfect. Hotel was a stunning hotel, but also the level of the pitches, and I think the players' attitude coming back into getting the legs moving was very good.
There's obviously so much debate about a winter break, particularly down south. It's your first experience of it. Do you see it as a real benefit then?
Well, the thing is, I can only, I'm going over past experiences, having played in a few major tournaments with Scotland. The thing that's always levelled against, the British teams going into playing major championships is that because they play such a prolonged season, by the time they get to the summer and go to a Euros or a World Cup, they're done, they're beat, and that rings true. But having now experienced that winter break, I would tick that box. I think it's something that it's obviously going to be trial next year south of the border, and I'm sure the players will enjoy it because generally most of the players south of the border have played in leagues that do have winter breaks. So, but for British-based players, for me, looking back the way, I would have enjoyed it right throughout my career. I'm sure it would have benefited everybody.
And your two transfer additions in Stephen and Jermaine seem to have really come in and just hit the ground running.
No surprises there. Loads of experience. They've been at a few clubs. Just their know-how, their craft. I think they've gained instant respect. Just the way they go about the place. The way they go about training. I think that it's okay talking about what they've achieved, but it's just the way that they conduct themselves in the training. Just wins them instant respect.
On into Cowdenbeath. We obviously saw your quotes in the press last week of playing up there for Motherwell back in the day. An interesting time. Well,
there is, and just the other sort of wee memories of, when I come back up here to work with BT Sport when Rangers had been demoted and stuff, visiting some, some different stadiums, so to speak, and this is a different stadium, obviously with the stock cars and the sort of grass banks that go up the side. I think it will be a wee bit of a culture shock for some of the players. We'll try to explain what it's like to them, but I'm sure they've witnessed cup tie football, early rounds of cup competition, and you just got to treat it like any other game. Show the opponent the utmost respect and we'll do our due diligence on them as well.
We obviously all know the importance of winning every competition that you enter here at Rangers. Is there an added bonus on the Scottish Cup given the way that the League Cup ended this season?
Yeah, it was disappointing, the result against Aberdeen at Hampden, and that puts more onus on this one. And I agree with you. I think we've got to go and make a big push. We've got a strong squad. We've added to that squad. People will get minutes throughout this cup run. So we'll just treat it, hoping to get to Hampden on 25th of May.
And your own Scottish Cup memories, I think you said last week you maybe didn't have the best record in the National Cup competition, but 85 semi-final for Motherwell. Do you remember much about that game? Because I think that was perhaps that season and your performances in the Cup that got you your move to Leicester.
Absolutely, and it was the first game was fond memories. We ran at Motherwell. We ran them very close. I got on the score sheet that I did a little tap in at the back post. I think it was a Raymond Blair shot, and it just spilled and I passed it in. But over those two games, Celtic were obviously big favourites to go through, but we made it difficult, and that's what cup ties. It's a one-off game. Anything can happen. Over the years, there's been upsets. So, we get into this game against Cowdenbeath as big favourites. And we've got to treat it like that. We've got to respect the Cowdenbeath players.
You kind of touched on it earlier, but the result against Celtic and the good feeling and the outpouring from the fans, is that made its way down to the team as well, and just that energy that everyone's got around the club at the moment?
Yeah, and I think now the onus that the staff, the manager and the staff will be putting on the players is now to get on a nice run, try to get a run of results that just keep putting the pressure on Celtic, who are above us, but also try to pull away from Aberdeen and Killie, who are doing very well in the league. But a cup run's different. It'll be nice. It's always, we know fans. Fans a day at the National Stadium. It's pretty special. So we've got to look forward to getting a good run as well.
Rudy Bear, how lucky are we Gary McAllister is our assistant manager?
He's like the quiet man, isn't he? He's very softly spoken, quietly spoken, makes loads of sense. And by quiet man, I mean Steven Gerrard. He's the face of Glasgow Rangers. He's the manager. Does most of the interviews, and all the press, the media, everything else. But Gary McAllister, he's there. He's doing his job quietly in the training centre. He's working with the players day in, day out. And delighted to have him here. Absolutely delighted. He was a top professional. And you won't find many midfielders that could play the way Gary McAllister did. So he knows his job, he knows his stuff, and it must be great for these young players, and even some of the the older players as well. The more experienced players at Rangers, to have the likes of Gary McAllister there on the training pitch with him, at the Hummel Training Centre. Fantastic. He was a cracking player, very softly spoken. But I would imagine, if he's got a point to make, he'll make it. He makes complete sense. Every time I've seen him in a presser or an interview, he gets asked a question and he answers it properly. There's no hiding behind the couch nowadays, Ox. The way I used to do watching previous managers.
I wonder who. You happy with Gary, Mac?
I am, mate. I think, especially in the dressing room, I think he'll be a great presence. As I say, he's very passionate. He knows what needs to be done up here. So I think, obviously, in terms of the experience point of view, to help Stephen as well. Not that Stephen's put a foot wrong yet, because he hasn't. But I think just from an experience point of view and knowing what it is to play for the club and to be at the club, I think it'd be a great presence in the dressing room for that.
You enjoying him, Bridge?
Yeah, I'm pal. I think Gerrard enjoys having him beside him. And, I think it shows, particularly going through that long run in Europe. A lot of management teams are kind of cracked under that tremendous pressure they were under. But the performances away from